This is going to be a straightforward video. Not really a lesson to be taught, just something I want to try. You see, I am an artist, or at least I am a person that draws, but I also enjoy music a lot. Can't go a day without it. And oftentimes when I listen to music, I feel energized and inspired to draw something amazing. But I never do. Or at least, not how I want to. Until today. Well, not today, but on whatever day I actually drew the picture, unless I didn't actually draw the picture yet. For obvious reasons, I can't exactly play the song in this video, so instead I will link the song below so I can share my art and share the music I like. I will also release a shorter version of this video without commentary so that you might listen to the song on a separate window while watching this video to create the ultimate music art combination experience or something. But in this video, I will have light commentary about the process. So, let's begin. The song is called Monster in Me by From Ashes to New, a fairly new addition to my playlist thanks to Spotify Shuffle. It's like a dark anthem full of energy, and every time I listen to it, I imagine some kind of vague montage of a person or character, like an opening to a show or ending to a movie. Similar to how the Spider-Verse movies end, with all the different Spider-Men in that paper cutaway fashion collage. That's the word I was looking for. But since I don't animate, I couldn't exactly make a hype montage of a character like that. The first time I listened to the song, I only heard like a quarter of the words or less. After like the third listen in a row, I was sure of what I had to do. I didn't want the music to just be a cool background noise to a drawing I made. I want there to be a connection and a story. So based on the dark themes and lyrics, I could only think of one person at the time in my current visual arsenal that would fit the narrative. And that was Deadpool. Though I'm sure the Hulk would have been a good fit too. I just can't draw the Hulk. Not yet anyway. Now this doesn't make the song a superhero anthem. This is just the lens I'm using to help funnel my ideas into a drawing I am capable of making. Deadpool is a tortured soul, a skilled and unstable member of the Marvel Universe, who has made enemies with everyone at some point. On average, he has 3 voices in his head at any given time, pulling him in different directions as he debates on his life and decisions. And there was a time where a 4th voice caused him to kill everyone in the Marvel Universe, and even sent him beyond the Marvel Universe to hunt down alternate versions of himself. This chaos is what I thought about in my montage, a Poolverse, if you will. A Deadpool driven mad by his own mind and existence. My first thumbnail had at least 4 Deadpool in a cluttered room, each expressing a different side of Deadpool as they planned to kill different Marvel characters. It would have leaned more towards the montage side of things, but it looked too chaotic on my first pass, and as I thought about fixing the clutter, each idea just made it move further from the original concept. So I decided to step away and start from scratch, ignoring my first idea for something potentially better. After finding some reference, I ended up drawing Deadpool sitting in a throne of some kind, similar to the tactical throne that Batman has, and I surrounded him with souvenirs from each of his kills. With this, there would be a clear focus on Deadpool with Easter eggs framing the rest of the composition. I liked this version better than the first one, and I knew that it was going to be easier, hate to sound lazy, it would be easier to make it good than the first idea I had. Because I liked the idea, I moved on to the second phase of thumbnailing, which helped me further define the pose and the props while adding more narrative elements. The idea was that Deadpool just killed the Marvel Universe, and while he was basking in his glory and pride, he was killed by a better version of himself. In my mind, I had just made a complex piece better than most things I've done ever before. And as I showed my friends who are comic fans, they would say, "Hey, I recognize that. Is that Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe? The initial good feeling of pride and accomplishment would make me proud, because if people recognize it, then I did my job. But then I start to wonder if I just made something so simple that it's been made a dozen times before. It's most likely a collection of both. It's a popular story and a popular character, presented in a format that explains the narrative, I believe. But once I had the sketch done and the inks, it was time to really bring it home. Recently, I have started to use Procreate, and I honestly love it, but I'll talk more about that in another video. Now, it's been a long time since I've done any digital work, painting, lighting, or colors. I was definitely rusty, and I didn't really have a defined process for what I wanted to do. I didn't even know exactly what I wanted to do. I had an idea though, so I just went to work. With a deadline. I needed this ready for print so that I can have copies for SuperCon. This had an effect on the style I chose to use while rendering, a lot of airbrush and lasso tool to get quick work done. It's not the style I'll use all the time, and it's not what I normally do, but time was evanescence. Ultimately, I liked how it turned out. Of course, I can think of ways I could have done better, and I can see all the mistakes I might have made, but I can also acknowledge that it is a big step forward from where I used to be. I hope this video was enjoyed by at least one of you out there. If not, let us know in the comments what we can do better. And if you know of other ways we can level up our art skills, let us know that as well. Also, while you're down there, I would love it if you would subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can see what I do next. But until we meet again, I would just like to say, welcome to Edenwick.